We've all tried using online classifieds and had the same problem. Too many great deals. You can't pick just one. Now, there's a better way. I'm Market Mike, and I've dedicated my whole life to finding you the best deals. But I was always held back by traditional infomercial studios. But now, thanks to breakthroughs in technology and AI, I'm able to sift through all the gems and even get out into the world and bring the deals right to the people. Now I'm able to bring you all the unbelievable value that online classifieds have to offer. I'm Market Mike, and these are your hot deals. Hello, Winnipeg, and welcome to Hot Deals. I'm your host, Market Mike, and every week I'm going to be bringing you the best of the online classifieds that you know and love. We're going to be finding out which deals you'd buy, and we're going to meet some of the cool people behind the hottest deals. Are you folks excited for some sales? All right. Now, before we get to this week's featured deals, and I've got some great ones, folks, but before that, we're going to go to our rapid-fire sales segment, and we're taking it to the streets of West Broadway to find out what you folks would like to buy. And West Broadway, great deal neighborhood, all right? From the Ledge all the way down to Dino's Pawn Shop. This neighborhood knows deals. So let's see what they think of these ones. We've got the Ledge in the background. A lot of deals been made there. I'm here with Taylor. Taylor, have you found a lot of deals shopping online?
Yeah, I've been buying a lot of baby clothes as we get ready for October.
Okay, well, let's see if we can find you some other deals. Maybe when the baby comes, you can let the crowd know what we're working with here.
Box of door handles.
Yeah, that's right. Box of door handles, $5. Screws included. It's a typo, sure. Okay, I'm not going to say it's not a typo, but it's still a hot deal, right?
Yeah,
I mean, think about it, Taylor. How many doors are you going to go through in your life?
probably a lot.
Probably a lot. And if even 1% of those doors fails, you're going to need some knobs, am I right?
Gonna need some knobs.
You're going to need some knobs. Okay, now you're getting a handle on these deals. Still here in West Broadway with Jackson. Jackson, what was the last thing you bought online?
So it was actually yesterday, and I bought a small boat motor off of a guy, kind of a hillbilly. Lots of gravel roads to get there.
That's how I want to buy my boat motors. I don't want to buy one on a paved road. I want to go down a gravel road, so this sounds like a great deal already.
Came with gas tank, motor. Guy said it ran great, which I hope it does. I haven't tried it out.
So we're going to start with another deal here, a little bit less high-tech than a boat motor. Let the crowd know.
What do we got? Pog Game Board Original Pog Collection, $25.
Well, let me tell you, as a man who was lost a lot of money playing high-stakes Pog, I can't tell you how many times I showed up to one of these Pog nights and some loser wants me to play on a wobbly table, a cardboard surface. You're not getting true slams. You can't get true slams unless you have the official Pog board game. So for $25, you're getting true slams. Pretty good deal.
That is a good deal. Yeah, I don't think I'm out on the $25.
That's a hard. Hey, you know what? You think I'm on the back foot? I'm on the front foot. I'll find someone for the Pog board game. Gonna raise your kid up on Pogs?
I might.
Why not?
I might.
Once you get the board game.
Once I get the board game for $25.
Only $25.
And they won it with Kool-Aid points.
That's right. And they won it with 5 years worth of accumulated Kool-Aid points. So you're getting a great story with this deal as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm here in Pog board game. That is a sale or no sale?
I might try and talk them down to maybe 20.
Well, I mean, it's online market. You got to try and talk them down. I don't care if it's $1. You got to try and talk them down. But still, this is a hard maybe.
Hard maybe.
Okay, perfect.
Broken Samsung TV, $100.
That's right. Broken Samsung TV. Jackson, back me up. What's the worst part about buying a broken TV? It's not knowing how it got broken, right? Give me a quick read of that description there.
60-inch LED Samsung TV, brand new TV, but the screen was broken because my brother got drunk and stumbled into the TV.
So you know how it got broken. It was the brother. He was drunk.
That's right.
You don't have to worry. For $100, you're getting a TV, and you know how it was broken. Pretty good deal.
$100? I don't know. Depends on how much it takes to fix, I guess, right?
Look, I'm not a fixer, all right? I'm a deal guy. I never promised to know how to fix things. Do you have any other advice to the people who might be buying stuff online soon?
Yeah, so I would say if you buy something off somebody, hang around for a bit, talk to them. Everybody's friendly around here.
Words of advice. My first thought goes to don't get stabbed.
Okay, I mean, that's just some great, again, you can't put a price on great advice. Thank you so much, Taylor. Speaking of unbelievable value, we're starting off our feature deal segment with 892 white buttons. Love this deal. Threw this in, for starters, just because of a little something called truth in advertising, all right, folks? I want to highlight something you don't get every time you go shopping at a big box retailer, okay? Here, you'll notice our seller has thrown in a pen for scale. Folks, I can't tell you how many times I get to one of these button deals, expecting normal sized buttons. I show up, they're as big as a gosh darn wagon wheel. It's not gonna happen here. You know exactly what you're getting. 892 normal sized buttons for only $5. We're moving on to our final feature sale, a vintage parachute for $199. Seller lets you know it was owned by the late Treat Williams, in parentheses, TV and movie star, and avid aviator. This seller lets you know right on Front Street, this is expired. Do not use it as a parachute, okay? I love that. You're saying, Mike, why do you love that? Well, folks, you're overestimating this parachute as a tool for saving your life if you fall out of a plane, and underestimating its importance as a tool for meeting Hollywood royalty. What happens if you walk into a Hollywood party and you see Tom Selleck? Well, when you Google Treat Williams, you find out right away they were friends, all right? They were buddies. So you walk into a Hollywood party, you see Tom Selleck, and you know in your back pocket, you got a guaranteed conversation starter because you own his deceased friend's expired parachute. Is that a good enough deal? For only $199, you're making friends with Tom Selleck? You're making polite conversation with Tom Selleck? Is that a good enough deal, folks? Now, earlier in the show, we met some great buyers. But I'm very excited to flip the script with our final segment, Seller's Market, where I'm gonna be meeting some of the people behind the posts. And we've already been talking a lot about friendship and its importance. So that's why I was very interested when I saw this post, Female Friends. This is from a woman who just moved to Winnipeg in the last few years. She lets us know she's found it not as easy to make friends as it was in her 20s. Amen, sister, am I right? This sounds like a great person. So folks, I got my whole team together and we took a drive down to beautiful North Kildonan to see how far one woman will go for friendship. Let's check it out. We all know online classifieds are a great place to find deals as a buyer, but I'm here with a lovely seller. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, Mike. My name's Sherry. Posted my ad I was looking for friends, specifically female friends, to have a friendship with.
So Sherry, your ad was online for a couple months. Obviously, phenomenal ad. You must have gotten a couple nibbles at least. What were those like?
There was a variety. There was actually one person who felt they needed to reach out and warn me of people out there that be careful what you're looking for. So I did get a warning as well. I wasn't expecting.
Friendly warning, nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Added value. You didn't even have to pay for that. That's on the house. You got a free warning.
And then there were some women that, reached out, which was nice because, they read what interests I had and they tried to let me know what interests they had as well.
But no meetings with any of those ladies.
No meetings, yeah.
I found several similar ads on different marketplaces for people looking for friends. And I actually messaged them and said, hey, I've got this sweet lady, Sherry, and I'd like to show you some of their ads and you tell me if you'd be interested in being their friend.
For sure.
So this one says, looking for friends. The person says, I like Tavern, Applebee's, Smitty's, The Forks, loud and crazy sometimes, if you're, let's meet. So Sherry, there's a typo in there. They dropped a word. Okay, this comes up a lot in online deals. You got to look past that. Okay, because at the end of the day, this is a person who's looking for a friend. They're sometimes loud and crazy. How do we feel about this?
Loud and crazy is fine. I mean, I would give people a chance. See what they're like. See if we'd have some things in common. Like I love food. So
admittedly, I couldn't get this person to meet you. All right, I said everything that makes you great, and I'm pretty sure they thought I was trying to scam them in some way. So this person, unfortunately, I've ruined this connection for you.
Okay.
Next one. Always looking to expand the boating friend circle. Happily married 40s couple looking for new fun and exciting couples to share fun times with, especially on the water. Always an outdoor adventure waiting, making memories, beach, and lake life a must.
That sounds like a lot of fun, but it sounds like they're only looking for couple friends.
Well, you might be able to get in as a single if you get a boat. Do we have a boat in the budget?
No boat in the budget.
Okay. This person, they're not looking for a friend as much as they're in search of a ride from Winnipeg to Calgary. They have a picture of them attending some sort of rave. They're in search of a ride from Winnipeg to Calgary. I've basically been hitchhiking for a week across Canada to attend my mom's burial services. I'm now heading back home the same method. I started in Ontario, Peterborough, a week ago hitchhiking. My feet are so sore, my mind's so worked, I could truly use a break. If anyone's going this direction, please reach out. I'll pay towards fuel and be so grateful. Please, anyone. I just want to go home. Please, anyone. So they're desperate, Sherry. If we can't close this friendship.
I'm not sure. That sounds a little bit sketchy.
But just to be clear, this isn't a failure of me as a salesman because this is a lock if you just get a car. It's kind of like the last one. I don't feel responsible that boat friendship isn't working out because You get a boat, you got a friend.
Right.
Okay. So we acknowledge this one's on you, not on me.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, Sherry, it's such a pleasure talking to you. You're an unbelievable salesperson yourself. And I'll be honest, you've kind of awoken something in me that I've realized has been missing. As the top tier salesman that I am, I spend, 19, 20 hours a day looking at online deals. Hard to make friends in there. I hate to ask, but I'm not exactly what you're looking for. Is there any chance we could be friends?
For sure. I think so, of course.
Wow, this is so exciting. Admittedly, I don't know what we do now.
Would you like to play pool?
Sold.
Great.
Well, this looks like Sherry and I both made the friend we were looking for. A little something called a win-win deal, right? You're not gonna find that at a big box retailer. Only online classifieds bring people together. Am I right, folks? All right. That's everything we have for you this week. I'm all sold out, but we'll see you next time for more hot deals.